Hi guys, GlassArrow here. Today I'm going to bring you the review of the Dirge of Cerberus Final Fantasy VII Vincent. He is the main protagonist of the game Dirge of Cerberus, a spin-off title of Final Fantasy VII, and this time he comes in a full color art box. And the title of the Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus game. And in the back, we have all his form, and also he comes with two different guns that you can play in the game also. Inside the box, you get a background review of the Vincent and also some of his history all the way back when he was first created into the being now he is. And here is the Vincent himself with two kind of weapon as the accessories. Okay, now when comparing to the old Vincent, which is now considered a little bit very rare among Player's Kai characters, this is Vincent from the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. He's supposed to have the same style of clothing and everything because the time between the two is about 1 year in the story. And the new one is a little bit smaller in the width, but a little bit fatter. Okay, I'm going to show you comparing side by side also. Alright, now let's open this one up. Okay, for the Dirge of Cerberus Vincent, here he is with the striking distinct color of red and black, and also some part of the metallic gold on his arm and on his shoes. The figure itself is very well sculpted, as you can see over here, from head to toe, from the hair, the face, the cloak and the suit and everything. Now first we are going to take a look at his accessories. Okay, for the accessories, they gave us 3 interchangeable hands. All of the 3 you can use as a grabbing weapon, the grabbing gun hand. Alright, and as generous as Square Enix is, they also have us 2 kind of weapons. It's better than the old Vincent from the Advent Children line, because that one we got only the main weapon, the Cerberus gun. This time we got the main Cerberus with the 3 barrel over here, and the design and color is very cool looking with the silver marking all over the place, right? And also they gave us another one, the rifle Hydra, and it is also looking very cool. Right, another cool thing for this weapon is that this time it can be separated into 3 pieces right here, both of them, right? The main gun, the barrel and also the holster. Okay, for the cool thing as it is, because you can now put the gun inside his hand quite easily, just like this. So it neglects the problem that the other Player's Kai have, like when you're trying to put in the weapon, and sometimes such as the sword and everything, it can break off easily, but this time you can just take it out. Very nicely done for Square Enix. Another quite cool thing for this kind of stuff is that you can mix and match the 2 guns together. Like if you want the rifle from the Hydra but connect to the barrel of the Cerberus gun and maybe the holster of the Hydra itself, you can create it a very new gun for Vincent to use, customized to your own liking. Wow, that's a very neat idea also for this figure. Okay, for the Vincent comparing side by side with the old version of the Advent Children version Player's Kai, the new version, as I have stated, he is a little bit taller than other scale Player's Kai. He is about 27 centimeters comparing to the old one, which is only around 26 centimeters. So maybe he's a little bit bigger than other Player's Kai Advent Children Final Fantasy VII, but overall when comparing together, he still fit in perfectly. For the other stuff, the difference you can see all around from the design of the suit and cloak itself. The main point are all the same, but the color, the new one is a little bit more contrast with the neat clean color of red and black. The old one is more like a realistic with a dirty kind of looking from his cloak and everything, and it applied to the jack version of the cloak on his bottom part right here too. The new one is more fine in detail, whereas the older one is a lot more jagged, with it being like torn apart. the same one that you can see from the animation from the Advent Children movie. When he fights with others, he can transform into like a cloak-like substance or something. And for the face part, you can see the clear difference. The new one is more like a very cleaner look, a little bit on the side of anime style, just like the re-release Noctis version. Whereas the old one is more some kind of a realistic version, a little bit darker and more sinister looking when comparing to the new one. So they both have a little bit distinct, and I think both are a very good version of Vincent. It depends on how you like the figure. Okay, now for the closer look at the Vincent figure from Dirge of Cerberus. Starting from the top, you see that his face is very pale in color, but the detail is all there. That his eye is very good color, and also the sculpt of the nose is very nice. And the hair are very well sculpted, and also there is a shading of brown over the black hair, which create a very dynamic looking for the figure. The style of the face is a little bit anime looking like, so it depends on how you like him. For the cloak and everything, the color is very vibrant red and very distinct, cutting with the black color all over the place. And also there are a lot of belts over his shirt and also his trousers, which is the design looking for most of the Final Fantasy characters, a lot of belts all over the place. For the color and sculpting, I think they're done very neatly. There is no very discoloration, and the figure is very well sculpted throughout the shirt and everything. There is a holster for the keeping the gun on his side, which you can put the Cerberus right inside here. Fit in very quite nicely. And for another color of this figure is the gold part on his left hand, which I think they color in very good with a little bit kind of metallic color, and also on his shoes. Okay, in the back you can see that the cloak is very distinct red and a lot of shading all over the place. It fit very quite nicely for this figure. I think this one Squarely done a very good job. For the articulation, now starting from the back, you can see that there are two ball joints over here that can move up and down, and another ball joint at the apical part of the cloak on both sides that can be turned around and put up and down like that when you like to pose him like somehow like wind blowing or something like that on both sides. Now back to the front. Starting from his head, he can rotate very quite freely. The color of his cloak limited a little bit, but not that much. And now for another very cool thing of this figure is that the red cloak over here is two different parts. So his shoulder can move very freely with a very good range of motion. Yeah, that's a very cool, nice design, good thinking from Square Enix. Another thing you can see here is that the joint for the elbow is a little bit black gap from the golden part, which you can look from the front, it fit in perfectly and function very good. Yeah, okay. Now for the torso, same as other Playaskai, two standard ball joints. For the hip joint, you can also rotate his legs and double knee joint. And for the foot, and also another toe joint over here. Alright. Okay, in conclusion, for Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus, play as Kai Vincent. This figure is another very good figure from Square Enix. The Final Fantasy figures lately from Sid Highwind and Terra both are very good figures, and this Vincent from Dirge of Cerberus is a very neat figure also. So any of Final Fantasy fan out there, I suggest you go find him and try to get him before he become another rare figure in the Play as Kai line. The Square Enix also gave us a lot of accessories with cool options to choose from, and also a mix and match from the guns that can be pulled apart and put together nicely, and the articulation and everything design mechanics works perfectly for this figure. Thanks you for watching this video, and if you like this kind of stuff, please give this a like and subscribe for more kind of Glass Sky figure reviews and other Square Enix related products in the future. Thank you. GlassArrow out.